Pharaoh Khufu has at last made his plans known, and his boundless aspirations are sure to weigh heavily upon our people. Pharaoh both curses and blesses your family, for though you have been awarded the status of nomarch, you have also been charged with carrying out the most ambitious building project ever to be undertaken in our land. Pharaoh's eternal resting place shall be a massive pyramid complex situated far from any city on the plateau outside Rostja. His sarcophagus shall be made of solid granite, and his funeral barge of precious Lebanese cedar. Beside Pharaoh's pyramid complex, a smaller pyramid shall also be built for his son Prince Khafra, whose tyranny rivals that of his father, though his achievements do not. Khafra also declares that his image be carved into the living rock at Rostja, upon a huge figure called a Sphinx, with the body of a lion and the head of a man. To support the massive building effort needed for the completion of this monument, you'll need to establish a large settlement at Rostja. As such, conditions there may not be overly refined, for your goal is only to complete these three great projects and to honor Pharaoh. You will be provided with some of the fine white limestone needed for the outer casing of these pyramids, but you will also need to purchase much of what you need with the city's own funds. Pharaoh is entrusting you, one of his royal nomarchs, with these three sacred tasks. You must demonstrate unwavering dedication to Pharaoh and fulfill his wishes, whatever the cost.
G'day mates, welcome back to Pharaoh. We head into Rostja today. It looks like Pharaoh Khufu's big plans have finally been made clear to us. We're going to be building a massive pyramid. Actually, a couple of pyramids, a big one and a medium-sized one. And we're going to carve out the Sphinx as well. This is a very historical mission built during the 4th dynasty. We're going to head in and see what we can do. Okay, this is the city. This is where we're going to be building it. It is a very huge area. It's massive. You look at this. And look at a bit of water over here. Looks like ostriches is going to be a major food source for us, with some stone over here in the west. And thankfully, this little river, a little creek, going through out here to provide some water for our housing blocks. It's worthwhile noting, in case you didn't notice in the beginning part, there are no requirements at all other than the monuments, which is very high, and the kingdom rating. So we have to keep Pharaoh happy. There is no population goal at all, and we just need to essentially finish the monuments. So this is pretty interesting. There's going to be some low quality housing. It's going to be a glorified work camp. Hunting is going to be our only food source. We have no clay, so pottery will be difficult. I don't imagine we'll be leveling our people up too much. And what gods do we have? Let's have a quick peek there. Only 2 gods, thankfully. Ptah, our patron god of craftsmen. I think we will be doing quite a lot of stuff in. I believe Ptah, it's hard to remember, but I believe Ptah will speed up our quarries, which will be very useful. Let me have a quick look at our monuments. So we've got the medium pyramid. We've built one of these before, I think, or something similar anyway. They are not overly difficult. We can throw one down somewhere. It'll go anywhere, which is very nice. Now, we have built a pyramid complex before. We built a step pyramid complex. So this one does need to be connected to the water. Obviously, I'll be putting it down here somewhere, as opposed to, say, out here somewhere. So that'll allow me to actually walk around it on the outside. Not a lot of space if I want to get to that farmland. Can I farm? Can't farm anyway, so there's no point. So I can throw this one pretty much anywhere, and this is going to be the longest construction job. And finally, if I'm not going to waffle on for too long here, the Sphinx. This one here is interesting. I suppose it assumes there's a big, chunk of rock somewhere that we're going to carve in. We can just magically place that piece of rock down though. And we can place it anywhere. I won't click it, because we will actually place it down, but all that's required then is some stone carvers and a little bit of wood to actually build the ramps for them to go up. Very easy, all things considered. Now let's cut back when I've got the city prepared. Okay mates, here we go. We have the beginnings already and set up. We have a little tiny housing block over here. This is only going to be one housing block here because there are only one set of birds over on this side, so we can only feed a couple of people. their job will be to basically manage all the industry processing and all the imports and exports coming in, because everything is a water trade route. Over here we have room for lots of lots of blocks, but we've got 2 of them set up with a 3rd one already pre-planned. And if I do require more, I can go either up here or down here to actually throw down a couple more sets of housing. This one here a little bit smaller. Again, their job really is just to provide access to all this beautiful, beautiful stone over here. We've got a whole bunch of gem mines set up, and that will go into a feeder warehouse here, and then we'll be using getting warehouses. Excuse me. Using getting warehouses to get them across the other side for export. And over here, basically, these guys are just going to be population. At some point, I will probably use them for work camps as well. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing with those. Over here, we've already got the pyramid complex put down, and I've got these quite a fair bit of expense here put down. We're, 3/4 of the way through our money here. Throwing a fair bit of expense down here. The point of this is to hopefully try and prevent these birds from going across here. Now, my hunters will not cross this little, it doesn't even come up, there's nothing here yet. My hunters will not go across this causeway that's going to be built up, but the birds will actually run around. So I'm hoping that I can try and sort of block them into this area a little bit. Depending on how much they migrate, I may need to completely block this off. We'll see how they go. I'll get some hunter tents up there in the near future. Okay, here we are, just about to go into debt for the first time. We are very, very close. But you can see here, our getting warehouses have been running across the map and grabbing all the gems as they're produced. I've also got a couple of jewelers that are being put up here. I had thought of actually grabbing the gems and doing the jewelers over on the east, but I may as well try and fit them in here, and I think that will be a little bit more efficient. I've had issues with these warehouses, or getting warehouses, not delivering properly. So this way, these jewelers will always be busy, and hopefully it will keep ourselves well stocked. I can have another warehouse over here to get the jewellery. Now we are 1 Debon left. We're definitely going to go into debt here because I need to open something up for sale. We're going to throw 500 down here and begin with own. Now own will actually buy everything we've got. So we can export all of those and luxury goods as well. Early on, this is all we have. Excuse me. Hopefully, out of money, there we go. We got 5,000 out of it. So 4,500 in the black. Hopefully these others will open up later on. We have quite a bit of limestone coming in. They'll sell 40 per year, which is very, very useful. And they're also going to sell clay, which we will need for pottery at some point in the future. Looks like nobody buys pottery. So that is a bit of a downside there. But we can make pottery in a little industrial area over here that we're going to set up. And that will allow us to evolve these houses up. First though, and perhaps more importantly, will be food. Okay, unemployment is sitting at a nice comfortable 8%. We have a hell of a lot of food. It's time to shoot that unemployment through the roof by feeding as many people as we can. So we'll throw down a bazaar there, and I reckon we've got enough food to throw down a bazaar over here as well. I reckon we'll fit it in there. Be very, very nice. I think those 5 hunting lodges for the time being should be enough to supply everyone. If I expand up and get these evolved up, it may require a little bit more. We're also going to throw a bazaar in here somewhere. May as well throw it right there. This is going to be a little bit tight, this housing block, but they won't be evolving up particularly high. I think I will stop pretty much at pottery. So we do have the clay come in. These are we're basically importing to 1/2 of a yard, 1,600 units. Excuse me. And these are both 1/4 clay, 3/4 pottery. So they can deliver clay to as many potters as we can put out. And that is where we're going to start now. So I'm going to throw down probably a couple of these here. That should be sufficient for the time being. And yeah, I reckon that'll get around there and cover it with fire thing. So we're going to have a lot of pottery. Excellent, employees needed, just what we wanted. We're going to have a lot of pottery going up in these 2 yards, and I will be able to use a getting warehouse to bring it over here for these guys to consume as required. Interesting timing, 1,000 gems being requested. We actually do not have that many gems in storage. So let's fire up our gem factories a little bit more. We're going to want, I expect we're going to have quite a lot of gem requests coming through in the near future. I can fit 2 more in there, which is going to be sufficient for the time being. No, I can't actually. get 2 more in there. I can't get access to that one there. I can get 1 more there though, which is good enough for now. What are we going to do? Where are we going to get more gems in? I could go around this way. Then the roads are going to get a little bit messy. I suspect I'm going to have to tap down this area for the time being. So let's run. Actually, let's just do this entire area as gems. I'm going to keep it simple here. And here we go, 2 months to comply, 1,000 gems. Send that one off. Okay, looks like we've got a new trade route that's opened up. So we've sent those 1,000 gems off, and Inuit is now willing to trade with us. Let's have a quick peek at what they're going to do. They'll only buy straw, which is useless to us because we can only import it, if that. They will sell us more clay, which is very nice. They'll actually buy a little bit of pottery. That may come in useful. And of course, they're going to sell off more limestone. Actually, no, sorry. I am reading my things wrong. They will sell us pottery, which is useless to us. Clay, though, useful, and limestone will be very, very useful in the future. For the time being, I won't open that, but I can always come back later. And now they're requesting 1,000 luxury goods. This one is going to be a little more difficult. I think we're going to have to stockpile this up for the time being. And another gem request. The requests are coming in thick and fast. We thankfully have those gems available, and it looks like we have just managed to get enough luxury goods as well. Very good timing. And here we go, 1,600 copper as a gift from a neighbour from all the luxury goods that we sent off. This is very, very useful to us. I think we're going to have to actually save us from having to import anything. So what I can do is turn this area here into a little recruiting area if we can get the storage yard down quick enough. And into debt we go. We are not really exporting too much. The problem here, of course, is that there's only so much that OWN can buy from us. Where are we? No, they haven't actually bought much from us at all. That is because it's only February. So we are maxing out pretty much on what they can buy from us. So at this point, it will be worthwhile to... Oh, thank you for the copper. It will be worthwhile to open up a new trade route. And that one is going to be up to Blxz. It's a very expensive trade route, but they will buy a little bit of extra stuff. They'll also sell us the wood that we require for the pyramids themselves. So I think it's time to get started on that one. We'll open that one now while I'm on camera. And hopefully they can continue to export and pay for themselves in the very near future. And there we go, in just a couple of months we now have absolute metric tons of money. We are rolling in it. This is going to give us a chance to put down a fort. Now I'm not sure where they actually attack from on this map. As I've said a number of times in previous missions, it's been more than a decade since I've played this far. I've only ever completed this far in the game once before. So... we're definitely getting into uncharted territory. I'm probably inclined to put it maybe here. So relatively centrally located. I think I'll put my first fort. I will throw, one of infantry, and we're going to throw down one of archers as well. It's another 1,200 Debons, but I think we can afford that for the time being. Security is vitally important. So those two should be able to run. They can go up north around the back of this pyramid if required, and cover all the way over there. And if they do come from the south, they should be able to run down in time. We have enough land down here to sort of do our defense in depth if required. Now, money is barely keeping afloat at this point in time, but I'm desperately thinking that we do need to really get tax on the roll. So what I'm doing here, we've got all the entertainment popping up. These guys will be able to level up nicely, and then we can start dropping in the pottery, and that will bring them up pretty much to the level where I'm comfortable keeping them, and should give us a fairly sufficient tax income, especially when spread out over the entire city. The downside, of course, is that we'll drive up our unemployment. Currently at 8%, that is going to shoot through the roof, and these work camps are not doing anything anymore. So I think it's going to be time to start moving into actual pyramid construction. We can always do the small pyramid as well. Actually, where can I throw that? I thought I'd left myself space. Let's have a quick look. Oh, geez, well and truly out of it. We have got space here, though. So I could probably put it there and just continue to build around this one as required. And you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that right there. And it will look beautiful nestled in here. It's going to be a real struggle to see behind it. But that will be at the end of the mission, and we'll be good by then. Excellent timing. We have here 10 months until the Libyans are coming, and thankfully we already have ourselves an army over here. Now, there are 16, I believe, 4x4, it was 16 troops per thing. We had enough copper to make all weapons for these guys here, so if we take any infantry losses, we will not be able to have a full, squadron of people, so I prefer not to import copper, if at all possible, so I'm going to try and avoid taking any losses there. And oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Look at this manpower coming in. All that unemployment being put to good use. Not that we need the population, but a nice little housing block here. I think I have perfected this design by having the 4 ways come in. You really can't actually notice the roadblocks very easily when it's all plazaed up like that. This will allow me to basically staff all these plainstone mines. Now we do need to dump this unemployment, which is shooting up. It was 8% a short while ago, so it is going up very, very quickly. Basically these guys, you're not getting anything. I may have to use a tiny, teeny bit of feeder housing here, which I really don't want to. But you guys will hopefully be able to cover this area. And no, they're getting it. They are getting it a little bit. I don't think I will need the feeder housing actually. I'll come back and check it periodically. But I will throw down another architect's post. Ooh, you can fit you in a lot of places. Throw another one of those down just in case anything goes wrong here. Now, I'll be able to supply these guys with food, possibly via a getting warehouse or something. But what we've got over here is going to be... we need limestone imports. So, what's wrong with you? Desirability, that's fine. So what we're going to start doing now is throwing down, probably hurting the desirability even more than it already was. But these are now going to start holding limestone. We're going to gradually import this. It's going to take a long, long time. Excuse me. Let's have a quick look how much we require. We're going to need 1,200 blocks of limestone, and this is going to require another 432. So 1632 blocks of limestone. Ooh, that's that guy's coming over, glitching out over there. Let's have a quick look at how long that's going to take. They sell 40 a year. They also sell 40 per year. That's 80 per year. I suspect at a later date we're probably going to get someone else who will also sell limestone. So we're probably going to get maybe 120 per year. This is going to be 10, 15 years maybe at maximum speed when they all open up just to get the limestone we require. So this will take a long, long time. I'm going to be here waiting for a number of hours. 300 is probably a good amount to go for at the moment. And here we go. Foreign army is invading and they're coming from the north. That is very nice to know. You run up there. You guys back them up if they come in too hard. Let's see if we can hold them off here. I'd like for our archers to take the brunt of the damage here. So unless these guys come in, and our archers are, yeah, the archers are holding off nicely. I think we're not even going to want... I'll throw infantry in just quickly right at the end there. This is an interesting one. Extortion from another city. I don't believe we've run into extortion before. They're giving me 3 months to give 1,300 gems. If I have them, I can give them off and they won't attack me. I'm not sure how we're going to go about this. I might... going into debt. I really do need to actually sell those gems though. If we get it though, I'll give it to them. If not, then it's no biggie. Well, we didn't get there. We're currently sitting at 1,200 gems. We're 100 short. And... nope, they're all being taken in transit. So there is pretty much no way we're going to get there in time. These guys are not producing quite quickly enough. I would need a lot more down. Okay, compliance is now possible. I mean, we are fairly heavily in debt, but most likely that is because everyone has bought everything up for this year, so we're not actually able to sell any more. I think I may as well go ahead and send it off. It will save me from having to import copper on the off chance that I do lose some of my troops. Still green. I had hoped that they would get academy trained, but that is 1,200 Debons that I wasted there. Doesn't matter. This is a pretty good tax amount now, though. Where are they? 0 Debons so far in tax. That's only because it's January. They should be generating a fair bit of cash for me now. Yep, debt again. So let's have a quick look how much we're getting. We'll be getting nearly 3,000 a year, which is very good because, excuse me, our trade was basically keeping us afloat. This 3,000 will be pure profit. It will offset, let's see if I can find it, wages. It'll offset the vast majority of the wages on all the people. So we do have a lot of people working, and you can see here, they are dragging all these blocks of stone across. We are slowly but surely getting there. The first layer is nearly done. Well, this is an interesting one. Dashur is under attack. They have people coming within 11 months. So I need to send them off within less than a year. I am not really particularly wealthy, so I'm hoping that I can get a couple more archer forts down to hopefully give us a better chance at defending Dashur, especially if we get attacked ourselves. Alrighty, 6 months remaining. I'm not going to wait too much longer. I think we can send off all 3 of these guys. That is a fairly solid amount there. We'll send those off and hopefully they will survive. Every infantryman that dies though is another 200 Debens worth of copper, give or take, that I'm going to need to import. Well, this is not good to hear. Just a couple of seconds after dispatching those other guys, the 1300 gems that we did actually send off, they are going to attack us regardless. That is not very nice, considering we have now got no soldiers protecting us. So I'm going to have to throw down another archer fort on the off chance that I can actually stop this and not lose the entire game. Okay, foreign army invading. We have practically nothing with which to stop them. I absolutely hope that we... Oh shit, this is not going to be good. I don't think we can stop these guys. Hopefully we can do a bit of damage here. We will see. They are academy trained, so that will provide a small bit of help. They're ripping into our guys though. Let's see if we can stop them. They do outnumber us, but because they're split up, we might be able to take them down here. If they come down and do some raiding, we are going to be totally screwed. But I think we might be able to stop them. Probably could have put some defensive structures down. We have got a little bit of money now. But okay, those guys are retreating. Let's see if we can get them, catch the remainder just here. Are they archers or infantry? Libyans seem to be fairly weak, thankfully. We are lucky there that they're not the strongest guys we've ever faced. You know what, I think we might be able to hold this off. It's going to be very tight. We may actually lose it. They may run back, but we can send back the next force here. Yeah, we have lost our first force here, but the next guys are leveled up and ready to fight them. Actually, we didn't kill them very quickly at all, did we? Maybe, how? No, I can't put any walls down, can I? Because I can't build near enemy troops. We may well be about to lose a lot of stuff. I'm going to throw down some police stations on the off chance that they can actually stop them here. Here we go. Can we stop them? The police are fighting them. It's going to be very, very tight. You know what? I think we beat them. They are running away. Look at that. Awesome. We managed to hold them off while our army was away from the city. That was very, very close. I would not like to do that again. I'm going to have to probably put some walls down up here. Well, we do not have some good news here. The troops we sent to Dashur were not powerful enough to defeat them, so there is another Libyan army approaching us, and unfortunately, we are well and truly down on our luck here. So hopefully we can build this defensive force up and manage to hold them off. I hope they don't come from anywhere else, because we may be able to actually draw them back if we do draw them back to these walls if they do come from somewhere else. But we'll see how this goes anyway. And foreign armies invading yet again, and unfortunately, in true fashion, they've come from a totally different direction. I have spent nearly 8,000 Debens building this wall up here. They are very, very expensive to build in hard mode. And unfortunately, they're all coming from the south, so maybe we can draw them back up north. I'm not sure. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, right here. It's actually not that big an army. I thought it would be bigger, so we might be able to actually hold these guys off. Looks like they're archers as well. We might be able to defeat them if they're just archers. Maybe not. Let's fall back. Hopefully we can get them to follow us. If we can't, then we'll have bigger problems to worry about. Pharaoh requesting goods. Mate, we got loads of them. Take it. Okay, if they keep following us, then hopefully we can bring them all the way up here. So a bit of a long stretch. But if we can get them up here, these walls will provide cover. Let's keep fighting. Look at the police coming in to help. Very nice timing. Okay, there we go. These guys are giving us a bit of support. Quick, no, come up further. Damn it. Losing everyone. Okay, and these guys are raiding our village down here. Not good. Not good at all. Who are you?
I take what I want. Don't try to
Bloody
stop
criminals. Okay. Let's fall back, see if we can bring you back this way. These guys appear to be retreating. Unfortunately, there's a Libyan soldier there ripping through our housing. Yeah, I think we've got it. Oh, no, damn it, they've run. They've decided to fully retreat. but hopefully they've come within range. All of them are now within range of these things. These towers will take them down. So a little bit unfortunate. Wages fall, very nice to know. A little bit unfortunate what's going on here, but I think we have managed to avoid a death spiral, at least for the time being. I'm going to have to put more walls down here, I think, to actually block everyone off. And even more bad news coming in here. The no more water trade. Considering every single thing we do is water trade, this means we're not going to be able to sell anything, possibly for the entire year. We have a little bit of money to tide us over. I can't defend Dashur. So my city was attacked, and now Dashur is under attack again. I mean, I can't recruit any faster. The recruiter is running at top speed. I am beginning to import copper and make more weapons, but I mean, there's only so fast this thing can go. So if we can get there in time, we will send off whatever meager forces we can pull together. Well, an average force is going to attack in 1 month. I do not think we have enough to actually defend it, but you know what, we'll send off everything we've got, except the infantry. I'm going to keep those back and try and build them up. So we're going to send off all our archers. This is basically just a full squadron, a tiny little bit more than that, so not good at all. It will lose, but at least maybe Dashur will feel a bit happier that I tried. Okay, got ourselves a little small defensive wall being set up down here. This really just gives me enough area to sort of maneuver around it if they do happen to come from the south again. I'm trying not to avoid going into too much debt here, but yeah, employment's a big one. I'm going to need more people, so it's time to work on developing these little housing blocks down here and get them higher. And the troops we sent to Dashur were not sufficient as expected. So within 9 months we're going to have another attack. And again, we're not really prepared for this attack. I guess our main goal here is to buy time. So they're going to attack us, hopefully from the north here, where we can destroy them. Although from the south is also acceptable. We should be able to defend and buy time. What we're really doing is buying time for our recruiter to keep pumping out enough troops here. 1500 game meat, that I can do. Hopefully it'll be a new trade route. What I'm also going to do is throw down another weaponsmith here. So 2 weaponsmiths should hopefully allow us to do infantry full time. And foreign army has invaded, and where have they come from? Looks like they've come from down the south again, from a different area. Again, just driving home how weak we currently are. Thankfully though, we've had a little bit of time for our recruiter to pump out a good solid 2 armies here. This will also, now he's pumping out a couple more. This will hopefully fill out these 2 archer forts, which means when the inevitable Dashur attack happens afterwards, we may actually be able to stop them. Hopefully. We'll see how this goes. Okay, they're coming in. We are tight. We're very, very tight, but we may be able to actually fight them off here. I'm hoping, actually, our archers are going to have to buy time for the infantry to get over here. Because, come on, guys. There we go. March in, and we can take them down. You guys go to mop-up formation. Just rip them apart. Excellent. I think we took them down, and we took a couple of casualties, but it wasn't terrible. These guys are now veteran, very nice to see, and you guys are also veterans. So we are gradually leveling up, and now Dashur needs another source of attack in... needs more troops in another 6 months. Again, not quite something we're fully capable of doing just yet, but we will get there. We will get there. I will wait the full 6 months and see what we can do. Okay, a small force will attack Dashur in 1 month. What we're going to do here is send off the entire lot. We're going to send off 6 infantry, 16 archers, and another set of 7 archers. This will give us time for these archers here to build up. And I'm also going to throw... Yeah, let's see if we can go this. I'm going to throw down another infantry fort right here so we can have at least 2 sets of infantry from the weapons that we are producing down here. And finally we managed to actually dispatch the foe at Dashur. This has opened up a new trade route. Excellent. We have a look at Dashur, see what we can actually get from them. They will buy more gems, very, very nice. They'll also buy bricks and sell us the straw to make those bricks. Very, very nice. Also sell us more limestone. It's also a land trade route. Very interesting. Let's think about this one. Bricks could be a valuable... bricks could be a very valuable export. However, we're making nearly 4,500 debens per year now that the tax rate is at 9%. People love me. People are still very happy. So cash is not really the issue that it was before. And with an extra little bit of gems being sold off, I don't think it will be an issue at all. Having said that, bringing in bricks as an export industry may be useful. It all depends on how our population ends up holding up. And you may have seen it on the screen before when I was looking at I believe, the sheer trade route, but the Sphinx here has been placed and is currently under construction. So what happens is you use a bunch of these little carpenters guilds. They'll come along and put all the scaffolding up. I assume this big rock is meant to have just been sitting here naturally, as opposed to me just placing it, because it does take no resources to put down at all. So it is just a big rock here. They will gradually carve it out. So they put down the little scaffolding, and then masons will come along and just chip away. It is a very easy monument to build. You just place it down and let things work themselves out. Meanwhile, we're up to the third layer here. I had been paused for a long time simply because I wasn't importing very much limestone. We desperately needed the cash. That actually reminds me, I think you sell. I think I'm actually importing limestone from everyone who will sell it. So there's no big problem there. It will take a long time. And there we go, 5,000 people here. I can get even more though, I think. We get a lot of food over here, so I'm going to throw down another housing block. I'll probably even throw down 2 more and really get things moving quickly. Well, I blew down all my money very quickly doing one big housing block here, but this will shoot us right up very quickly. It will hopefully give us quite a bit more income as well in terms of tax dollars. And another food request from Pharaoh. I think this will be the last one. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't have enough food. That is very interesting. Maybe I will keep showing them on camera for the time being. You know what? I think it will be the last one I end up showing on camera. They're getting a little bit boring at this point. They're not difficult. All I have to do is throw down a couple more of these if required. And there we go. 1,300 game meat. Let's send it off to Pharaoh and we're all done. Alrighty, we have been struggling for money. You can't see it now, that's just because the year has ticked over and we've sold quite a lot of stuff. But we are really struggling for money. I've had a couple of death anniversaries off camera, and I've had to stop importing the limestone periodically just so I can actually dig myself out of debt. What I've done here to counteract that is put down little brickworks. We've already got the clay being imported here, so all I needed was a little bit of straw coming in via land trade route, and we should be able to sell off any bricks. You can make a fair bit of money off bricks. They are a pretty good trade good, remember that. This is an interesting one. Wood has decreased. Considering it is a very low use product, this doesn't affect us very much. But it could be a problem if you were building your pyramids very quickly. Actually, now that I think about it, I can't think of any reason why decreased wood would be a problem at all. You don't need that much of it. Fire in the city, that is odd. I wonder if it's because, let's have a quick look here. I've got no idea, because I know there's a roadblock right there, so they're not going that way. Maybe I'll just throw down a couple of extra firehouses. Who knows what caused it. Okay, now the price of timber is importing as well. This is a very interesting combination. Decreased timber supplies and increased prices. Again, not hugely bothersome. But probably should have imported a little bit more beforehand. I currently only have 400 in stock because these are very expensive. Now if I think back, I'm actually going to require 1800 wood. That is a fair bit considering how expensive it is now getting. Well, I've been ticking along here for a long time wondering why nothing was working, and it turns out I had forgotten to restart my limestone imports. So this is going to be a very long mission on my behalf. Thankfully though, we happen to have enough money now. These bricks, the gem exports from our 3 trading partners, and everything else seem to be holding us up in good stead. The tax dollars are keeping us, well, they're keeping us afloat at least. Does anyone sell barley? They'll sell beer. No, they'll buy beer. Who's going to sell? Let's have a quick look in here. Can we actually, where is beer? We can import both barley and beer. So it may be worthwhile going up to the next level just to get a couple more tax dollars and a couple more warm bodies back in. And here we go, the Sphinx has been fully finished. I've got a little bit of footage, I may be able to time-lapse that and you guys will be able to watch it happening. Not that very much actually happens, it just pretty much gradually chips away and gets it all done. But it is a very nice looking thing. Can I do a bit of beautification here? Probably not too much, maybe some... I was thinking I could put plaza around it, but I think I'll sit with gardens for the time being. It looks a little bit like a big statue. Decreased trading from on. Yeah, that's not what I want to hear, mate. I need absolute shit tons to come in. So decreased trading is not very nice. Whoop-de-doo, 8 blocks of limestone Pharaoh. You've outdone yourself. 1600 gens, so 8 blocks. I think I'm getting the raw end of this deal. Okay, blocks of limestone have increased in price. Not very nice. I really do wish I hadn't been neglecting imports for so very long. Everything seems to be all coming to a head right now. Alrighty, the real problem here is our aging population. This is the immigration curve that we've had come in. You can see there, that is really where we really hit the expansion, probably when pottery started coming in and we actually really propped up quite high. So these people are just beginning to retire. We're about to lose a lot of our workforce very, very soon. And you can see here that due to spaces of the housing, the way this game works, you definitely need to go through a big boom, then a big bust, and then it will begin to stabilize back out again. So we have basically a whole bunch of births coming in. There weren't very many births early on because there was no space, and as the old ones are dying off, the rate is increasing again. Although this big spike here, I'm not quite sure what that is. Maybe that was a bunch of immigrants that came with children. Either way, we're about to start running out of employment, or running into employment problems, more to the point. I can probably alleviate that with a couple more houses. This will really only delay it though. I'm going to need to seriously begin scaling back a lot of our things. I can probably fill up all these middle areas and hope that we can, offset things. I have evolved this one down here a little bit, but I haven't put a... I'm going to put a bandstand in, or something small like that. I'm not sure, and I don't think it really matters too much. Okay, quite a lot of employees needed. Requests are popping up. At this point, we have enough money, but I'm actually thinking of bringing in a big supply of beer. So we're going to throw in a storage yard. Where can we fit you? We could probably fit you right there. You're going to accept nothing but beer. Now, this will allow us to at least level up this area first. And if we have a big supply of it, then I can actually begin to spread out to the other people as well. But for now, let's just import in... Yeah, there we go, 3,200 worth of beer. That'll do. Okay, and with that, the medium pyramid. Is it a large pyramid? Got no idea what it is. This pyramid here, it doesn't say, is going to be finished off. There's no more blocks required for it. Now, I have heard people say that you should never have 2 monuments going at the same time. Basically, begin one monument when the other one is very nearly finished. But I never seem to run into any problems with that. Sure, the blocks get split between them and they both take longer. But a load of blocks is a load of blocks. Doesn't matter where it goes. It's going to need the same amount here as it's going to need the same amount of blocks here, regardless of whether this one here is actually active or not. And there we go, pyramid number 1 finished. Beautiful, beautiful pyramid. Okay, this is an interesting request. Requesting 1,000 wood. So normally I'm not showing requests anymore, but they're requesting something that I just don't have. So, I mean, I do have it because I've been importing it in advance, but that is a lot of expense that I'm now going to have to re-import a second time. It's odd that he's requesting it when I don't produce it here. Gift from Pharaoh, 1,000 pottery. This is possibly the most useless gift I have ever had. At this point in the mission, if you don't have pottery, it probably means that you're not going to be using it anyway. So, I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I can't sell it to anyone. I will accept it, but it's just going to sit there in the yard and do very little. We are running into an interesting bug over here where we're not getting sufficient amounts of game meat coming in. Employees, thank you. We're not getting sufficient amounts of game meat. This is causing some of our homes to devolve as they are running out of food. It's a bit of a crisis here because it's actually shutting a whole lot of things down. Now, I don't know exactly what it is. There are definitely enough things here. They don't seem to be killing them very effectively. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. I have removed a couple of hunting lodges, you know, 2 from down there and 1 here, in that perhaps the AI is bugging out because there's so many of them. But I'm not sure at all. I hope this fixes itself though, otherwise we're going to run into a major death spiral because we do need a lot of workers to keep everything going. We're so very, very close. And there we go, we are chipping away on this mega pyramid complex. It is all done, there are no more blocks required. All we gotta do is take care of a couple of other things, make sure Pharaoh likes us, make sure the city does not collapse in on itself anymore. As you can see over here, little bits of it are happening, not very nice. But I think we're holding together long enough to finish everything. This is very, very beautiful, and it will be a lovely... Actually, it'd be great to wave goodbye to the city. It has been a long time, and as much as I do love pyramid building, I think it's time to move on to bigger and better things. Right at the very end of it, they're just chipping off the final little bit and the mega pyramid complex is completed. All done. Spectacular. Spectacular pyramid. Look at the size of that thing. It is beautiful. Now, I could go around and beautify it up, and probably will at a later date when I've got my own time to just sort of tinker around with this save. I will keep a private save for myself just to play around for a little bit. But this is a pretty impressive city. I've made sure absolutely not to connect the 2 halves. Have I connected the 2 halves? You know what? I think I might have actually connected the 2 halves, which is possibly why things have started taking a long time to get over here. You'll notice that these warehouses are struggling to get the gems, and that is probably because they're running all the way up here. They're going all through this connection, and... oh no, they're not actually connected. Thank God, I did make sure not to connect them. If I had connected them, I probably would have plunged into debt, because they will follow the road as long as it takes them. If there is no road connection, they will cut across the desert and take the shortest route possible. But anyway, we are all done here. What we're going to do now, see down here, me stocking up a couple of supplies, and that's what we're going to do next. We're going to head off and dispatch all the beer required. We're going to dispatch all the gems. We have loads of those kicking around. Luxury goods, you can have as many as you want, Pharaoh. A big cedar wood, beautiful, all done, and a big granite cask, that is all done there. We have here population not relevant, culture, prosperity not relevant at all, kingdom rating is just above. We did plunge down quite low due to debt, but we are back up and in the black, so to speak. And the monument is all done now that we've sent those off, so we can go onwards to victory.
All in Egypt bow to your accomplishments. You have built Khufu's massive pyramid and supplied it with the richest of burial provisions, and done great honor to Khafra, constructing his final resting place and his formidable Sphinx.
Well, I have been dreading that mission, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Things went fairly smoothly, apart from that big military hiccup in the center. That was there was a bit of a struggle there. We couldn't actually recruit troops fast enough, but we got there in the end. And look at that, 508 months. That is a long, long time. If my character playing, the person I'm playing, the Nomarch taking over, he has been very long-lived to do all of that. He must have started his career very young indeed. Anyway, I've been Blxz. This has been Pharaoh. We've just completed Rostja and built the pyramids at Giza. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button if you do enjoyed monument building as well. And join me next time as we're going to head on to bigger and better things further on into Pharaoh.